it. You ready? Okay. Good.
Okay.
We have to stand 3 feet back.
Okay.
Hello, New York! Woo! It's amazing to see so many beautiful people out here to protect our water today at the Department of Environmental Conservation. I would like to welcome Diana Strablo from the Sierra Club, who is from the local chapter in the Niagara region, and she's going to give everybody a welcome and a play of the day and how we're going to go.
Thank you. This is just thrilling to see the support we have here. We've been a small, hard-fighting group out in Western New York, and it's just thrilling to see all of you. The last few weeks have been amazing. So much has happened just through email with connecting with people, and I'm so thrilled to see you all here today. We've had folks fighting a compressor station in Pendleton, New York for about 1.5 years now. I think this has been going on, and the rest of us have slowly joined in, becoming aware of the whole situation of a 97-mile pipeline that National Fuel wants to build to bring fracked gas up from Pennsylvania through Western New York, through 4 counties of Western New York, and to deliver the gas eventually under the Niagara River and into Canada. And we're just saying absolutely no, we don't want this. It would cross 192 streams and 270 wetlands along the way, and that just does not make any sense. Using eminent domain against landowners to take the right of way for this pipeline that would destroy their property, and it's just not right. So we're here to say no, to ask Governor Cuomo and the DEC to deny the air permits and the water certification for this pipeline. And we expect them to hear us and to give Western New York the same protection that they gave Eastern New York when they denied the Constitution pipeline. I've been calling this the Constitution's twin because it is a very similar situation. And with all the stream crossings and the topography and just very, very similar problems. 50% of this pipeline is forest, of the proposed route is forested land that would need to be cleared to build this pipeline. And there's no real need and necessity for this project. And also the impacts that we would see from the fracking process in Pennsylvania. In my mind, that's a moral issue, contaminating water of our neighbors in Pennsylvania. And Governor Cuomo has stated that he wants to double down on bringing in fracked gas from our neighboring states. So this is the time to do it. We need a renewable energy future, not a fracked gas future. Hey, so I am so grateful to all of you for being here today to help support us with this. And our plan for the day is here at the DEC to let them hear us, and we'll stay here for a bit so they can hear us, and we'll be delivering. We've got some water from 4 impacted areas along the route of the pipeline. We have a sole source aquifer. We've got Cattaraugus Creek. We've got spring water from a landowner down in Cuba, New York, who's taken perfect care of his land, a conservationist who does not want his spring water destroyed. And we've got water from the Niagara River, where this pipeline, where we go through existing pipeline into Canada. So we will be delivering a set of that water here at the DEC, and we will be delivering another set to Governor Cuomo to let them know we want our water protected. And we also have a coalition letter that was signed by so many groups all across New York State. I'm not sure what the final total was on that. Does anybody know?
143, I believe.
Okay, 143 groups across the state signed this coalition letter requesting denial of these permits for this pipeline. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. So we will be delivering that letter here at the DEC, and we will be delivering another copy to Governor Cuomo at the Capitol. So we'll rally here for a bit, and then we will be heading over to the Capitol. Thank you, everyone, so much for being here.
Stop Northern Access! 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 Thank you.
One really great way to open up a circle of beautiful people who are here to protect our water is to connect with each other in song. There's a group that joins a lot of social justice movements called the Peace Poets, and they've taught us a song I'm sure many of us know, but if not, let's go through and teach. If you know it, join in. So repeat after me. There's 4 lines, we'll do line by line. The people gonna rise like the water. The people gonna rise like the water. We gotta calm this crisis down. We gotta calm this crisis down. I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter. I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter. Saying, shut this pipeline down. Saying, shut this pipeline down. Okay. And the song goes like this. The people gonna rise like the water. We're gonna calm this crisis down. If you know it, join in. I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter saying, shut this pipeline down. The people gonna rise like the water. We're gonna calm this crisis down. I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter saying, shut this pipeline down. Stomp your feet. The people gonna rise like the water. We're gonna calm this crisis down. I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter saying, shut this pipeline down. The people gonna rise like the water. We're gonna calm this crisis down. I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter saying, shut this pipeline down. Louder. The people gonna rise like the water. We're gonna calm this crisis down. I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter saying, shut this pipeline down. The people gonna rise like the water. We're gonna calm this crisis down. I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter saying, shut this pipeline down. One more time, loud. People gonna rise like the water. We're gonna calm this crisis down. I hear the voice of my great-granddaughter saying, shut this pipeline down. We'll do a series of chants, but I think right now, Diana mentioned that she would call up to the DEC and ask them to come down or invite her up with her community and accept the water and the letter. So maybe, Diana, do you want to call them into the microphone so we can hear what they're saying?
Hi everyone, thanks all for being here. My name's Joe Gibson. I'm a Western New Yorker, born and raised. Now I'm an organizer with Clean Air Council because I don't want this pipeline to go through my community. I don't want it to destroy our streams and wetlands. I don't want it to harm our health in Pendleton, Elma, and Wheatfield. I've got this letter that Diana mentioned, and we've also got a packet including stories from several landowners whose land we went to, and we talked to them for a while and heard their compelling stories. So we want to bring those stories to the DEC and get them to listen to us. So thank you all for being here to magnify their voices.
And I see Leah is here. Leah, will you we will have this water that we would like to present as well. And Leah is one of the landowners on Cattaraugus Creek, and I would like you and Maria each to say a bit about why you're presenting this water to the DEC and why you would like it protected.
Where did my water end up?
It's in.
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay. I am a landowner. My family's lived on a farm, or been coming to our farm for over 100 years, and we're trout fishermen. We live on the Cattaraugus Creek in the Cattaraugus Creek Basin sole source aquifer. So the water is very important to us. Over 20,000 residents of that sole source aquifer get our drinking water from that. So I went down to our creeks. I went down to Cattaraugus and I got a bottle and came out very clear. I ran our well water. I got another bottle. That's the sole source aquifer water. I went to the Ishua Creek, which is a little bit off of our land, and that is where the sole source aquifer starts, and the pipeline will be crossing Ishua Creek twice. It's a Class A trout stream. And the last place that I went is Sears Brook, which is going to be decimated by the pipeline. It's a beautiful little brook, and the water from there came out the clearest, and that is right in the pipeline's right of way. So those are the waters that I'm going to present, and they all, I was amazed, it was after the rain, and they all came out beautifully clear. So if nothing else, I would like to echo what somebody else said at one of the DEC meetings, and that is, let's take a base water sample and have them tested now before this pipeline goes in, because this is beautiful, clear water that we used to just drink straight from when camping down there. But now we live on the Cattaraugus and in the Cattaraugus Creek Basin sole source aquifer. So keep our water clean.
And thanks, Leah. Yes. And we also have here Maria Mabey from the Seneca Nation and a water protector. And I would like her to say a bit, especially maybe about the Cattaraugus Creek and how important that is to you to protect.
I'll try to. Yeah. Hi, my name is Maria Mabey. I live on the Cattaraugus as well. I'm at the mouth of the river. I'm sorry. My name is Maria Mabey. I live at the mouth of the Cattaraugus Creek, where it goes into Lake Erie, and we've had several industrial hazards impact the water, the creek, and to the point where we don't want to fish anymore. We don't want to collect the plants. We don't want to swim. We are even nervous about canoeing, because what if you fall in a hot spot? We're downstream already from West Valley Nuclear Waste Facility, which would be disturbed. The sediment goes down as soon as you start digging it, and it disturbs other sediment to make it go down. And we are also downstream from a Superfund site, the Peter Cooper, and we already have the Tennessee pipeline as well. So as a Seneca woman, I'm a member of the Seneca Nation as well, and I'm born into the Heron clan. And we are always taught that the women are the keepers of the water. And so my nation has property along the Allegheny, which will be crossed. We are near Cuba Lake. We're along the Cattaraugus, and we're along the Niagara River. And part of our homeland is also the Buffalo River, and all those rivers will be impacted. So it's important to us. Like I said, we swim, fish, canoe, kayak, drink. Some of the farmers use the water directly out of the creek to water the crops along the floodplain. A lot of us have talked about it, and one of our biggest oppositions is that New York has already banned fracking, fracking gas coming across, and gas and the waters, they don't know a boundary line between Pennsylvania and Canada. or county or state. So what our message seems to be unified is enough is enough. We don't want any more impacts to any of these rivers or these waters that we share with everybody else. And so we're here today to, ask the DEC as well as New York State to honor their own laws about fracking and make it more of an ethical stand instead of just, political. And I see all my other water protector friends are walking up, and they've started they all went to Standing Rock, and they all have another message. And is it okay?
Sure.
Hey, Robin. Glad you made it.
Hi, Skano. No, Skano. I'm Robin Jones. And I have with me Nikki Thompson and Clarence Seneca. We are from Seneca Nation Territory, from the group Onondagat Protectors. And we're here, of course, to represent the water, protect the water. We, as Angwanwe, we feel that it is our responsibility, as well as everybody else's, to protect all the waters. So Allegheny River, Cattaraugus Creek, and the Niagara River is basically our responsibility, because the Seneca Nation has lived in this state. We were once this entire state, and we are still here, and we are not going anywhere. So let's tell them we need our waters. We want them clean. We want to save them for the next 7 generations, because this is everyone's responsibility, and we do this for all, not just natives, not just people who live near the creeks, near the waters. It's for everyone. So, woo!
Water is life! 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 Water is
So maybe we should give a call to the Department of Environmental Conservation and ask them to come down here and face everybody and collect the letter of 145 organizations who signed on to reject the air permits and the water certificate for Northern Access. If anybody wants to call into the microphone, we could put them on the speaker so we can all hear. Come on, Roger. Roger Downs from the Sierra Club, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
So we'll call the 14th floor and see who we get. We got voicemail, so hang on. Perhaps we just merely need to knock on the door. Hang on, just one sec.
Valentine from DEC. I'd like to thank you all for coming and expressing your point of view on this, and I'm happy to receive whatever you'd like to give us.
We have some more water. Yes. We are presenting you with water that is from 4 different locations along the route of the pipeline. The Niagara River that this gas will eventually cross, Cattaraugus Creek, the Cattaraugus Basin Sole Source Aquifer, and a spring from Cuba, New York, from a gentleman who has protected his 200-acre land for 51 years and wants his spring protected.
And we'd like to point out how clear the water is from all of those. Right now, let's hear it for Water is Life, everybody.
Protect our water.
And we also have
a letter co-signed by over 140 groups across the state asking you to deny the permits for this pipeline. And we have a packet including stories from landowners who we visited personally, as well as media history and various other things. So please look through that. Consider the stories of Joe and Teresa Schickler, Jim and Gail Mangus, and of course Leah Oprea, who we have here today.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Maria Maybe. I live at the mouth of the Cattaraugus, and I'd like to ask you personally to look out for our waters. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
Protect New York water. Deny the 401. 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 Protect New York water. Deny the 401.
Could I get a couple beats from folks to go? Napple, we will stop you. 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 Come on, everybody. Napple, we will stop you. 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 Who can tell me how long this pipeline is? How many miles long is this pipeline? 97 miles long pipeline. Okay, so we could do another quickie call and response song, and then let's take it up to Governor Cuomo. Yeah? So it's a call and response. Repeat after me. 97 miles of pipeline. 97 miles we will fight. For the air we breathe. And the water we drink. And the whole planet is on the brink. National fuel.
National fuel.
You will not pass.
Will not pass.
National fuel.
National fuel.
You will not last.
You will not last.
No northern access.
Northern access.
No northern access.
Northern access.
Basil Sagos.
Basil Sagos.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
Basil Sagos.
Basil Sagos.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
For the air we breathe.
For the air we breathe.
And the water we drink.
And the water we drink.
And the whole planet.
And the whole planet.
Is on the brink.
Is on the brink.
No northern access.
Northern access.
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 National fuel.
National fuel.
You will not pass.
You will not pass.
National fuel.
National fuel.
You will not last.
You will not last.
No northern access.
Northern access.
No northern access.
Northern access.
Awesome. Water is life. Water is life.
Water is life.
Water is life.
Water is life.
Minnie Wakoni!
Minnie Wakoni.
Yeah, Minnie Wakoni!
Minnie Wakoni.
Standing Rock is alive and well!
Standing Rock is alive and well.
Remember the earth is our mother!
Remember the earth is our mother.
The oil in the soil!
The oil in the soil.
Human beings first!
Human beings first.
7 generations!
7 generations.
Remember the treaties!
Remember the treaties.
Honor thy mother and thy father!
Honor thy mother and thy father.
Thy days will be long and sweet!
And the days will be long and sweet.
Okay, so folks, we're gonna all march up to the big tower where Governor Cuomo sits and sits there and makes his decisions. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go out and take a left, and then we're gonna march up State Street. And so if you guys want to maybe gather your things, gather your friends, find the people that you want to march with, make sure you have your signs loud and vibrant, and I'll get a megaphone out and lead us in some chants. All right, let's go. Who's ready?
We're all ready.
No 401. No 401. No 401. No 401. No 401. No 401.
Hurry up before he goes to left.
Okay, we're making a decision right now about whether we want to stay outside or go inside, because some of the signs that have wooden sticks will have to stay outside. We all have to go through security. We're all fine with doing that, but we just want to make a decision. So in the meantime, I'll teach us a song. Okay, we did this last year. We did this last year at the rally where we were here for the concert. pipeline that got shut down, right? Right. So we're going to learn a song, and we're going to sing it in a round, and it's really pretty. Once everybody learns it and we sing it in a round. And then by the time we're done singing, we'll probably have a decision whether we're going to do outside or inside. So call and response, repeat after me. I'll teach you the words, and then I'll teach you the song. We have come too far. We have come too far. All the way up the State Street Hill. I was just joking. We can't turn around. We can't turn around. We'll flood the streets with justice. We'll flood the streets with justice. We are freedom bound. We are freedom bound. One more time. We have come too far. We have come too far. We can't turn around. We can't turn around. We'll flood the streets with justice. We'll flood the streets with justice. We are freedom bound. We are freedom bound. So I'll teach you guys 2 lines and then 2 lines, and then we'll go from there. So let me sing 2 lines and then you'll repeat after me. We have come too far, we can't turn around. We have come too far, we can't turn around. We'll flood the streets with justice, we are freedom bound. We'll flood the streets with justice, we are freedom bound. Let's try doing that all together. 1, 2, 3. We have come too far, we can't turn around. We'll flood the streets with justice, we are freedom bound. One more time. We have come too far, we can't turn around. We'll flood the streets with justice, we are freedom bound. Okay, now I need you guys, we're going to switch you up into groups. So from the end here, right here at the edge of the Cuomo banner, you guys are group 1. Starting with Joan, all the way over to you, you're going to be group 2. And all of you guys are going to be group 3. So group number 1 is going to start singing, we have come too far. And then when they finish saying we have come too far, you will start saying we have come too far. And when they finish saying we have come too far, you will start singing. And we'll repeat it 3 times, and it's really pretty. Ready, guys? We have come too far, we can't turn around. Justice, we are freedom bound. We are the streets from justice, we can't turn around. We'll flood the streets with justice, we are freedom bound. We are the streets from justice, we can't turn around. We'll flood the streets with justice, we are freedom bound. The streets with justice, we are freedom bound. We are going to storm the castle and go inside. So if folks want to line up behind the We Say No Northern Access Pipeline, if you two want to turn around and lead us up that direction. And if you are carrying a sign with a stick, we will most likely need to leave it outside, and we'll need a couple of volunteers to babysit our sign.
So both of you are going to head to the stairs.
And we have a volunteer.
He's over there. He's going to go with them. So I think we should follow him.
Yeah, I'm going to stop the stream again now until we get inside of it.
This is another Peace Poet song. The lyrics are, you can repeat after me, we will sing until you understand. We will sing until you understand. We cannot live without the land. We cannot live without the land. All creation is ringing with the sound. All
feels like we should march down there and demand their entry.
I think somebody's down there facilitating, helping. I don't know if you have a chance to sign. These are to Governor Cuomo. We're going to leave them here, and I'll send them around with one pen. Please sign them. Thank you. You can read the back. Okay, we're going to call the Senate Canadian folks. We'll sing one more song, and then we'll hopefully have more information. We don't want to start without that. Northern Access Pipeline. We shall not be moved. The Northern Access Pipeline. We shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved.
We're fighting for clean water.
We shall not be moved. We're fighting for clean water. We shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved.
Fighting for clean air.
We shall not be moved. Fighting for clean air. We shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. Any word, anyone on our friends that are stuck in security?
Shall we? So.
Can someone hang on to them down there for a while?
Is that a terrible idea?
Okay, here's what's happening. We invited Seneca Nation. We invited friends from the Seneca Nation Water Protectors to be with us, and they are not allowing them to come in because they have sacred instruments that they're saying are noisemakers. So, and I don't feel right leaving them out there while we're in here when I went to Lakes to invite them and ask them to be with us as water protectors. So
Would they
what?
accept would I be able to go watch their instruments for them?
I don't know that they want to do that.
Okay.
I think they feel, so what I am suggesting, and I hope this is okay with folks, is that we make the delivery here that we wanted to make of the water and the coalition letter, and then we go back outside and do the rest of what we were going to do outside with them.
Yes.
Sure. Does
Yeah.
that sound
Have
good?
speakers out there. That sounds great.
How about
All
some
right,
of us
sorry
going down
about
there?
this, it was unanticipated. We got some great photos, I think, of people on the stairs. Anybody else?
Do you have
Kim, how about some of us going down?
Joe does the water.
John Brown is out here.
Yeah. How about who are you going to take with you for the letter delivery?
Dennis wanted to come. Leah, do you want to make water?
I'll be there too.
Okay.
Is it free? Is the war room free? Is the war room open? Why don't we all march down to the war room and we can make a presentation
March
together?
to the war room?
We can all
Okay.
go.
Seneca Nation. get into the
One last picture. They can't get into the
No,
That we're not gonna do. We don't
No,
wanna
but we're all doing the presentation. I mean,
we'll just do the presentation together and then leave, go outside.
yeah, at least we're all together.
Yeah.
presentations of letters.
Yeah.
All right, let's move it.
Let me do one more picture. Okay, one more picture.
Hey, photographers, did you guys get your shot or do you want more shots?
More shots.
We're
We're gonna head to the, we're all gonna head together to
Dennis,
the war room.
N. I need an N on the nose.
Should everyone look at the camera?
In the war room. Oh no, I'm sorry. We're gonna deliver the letter in the water in the war room, and then we're all gonna go outside to hear our wonderful speakers and be side by side with the Seneca Nation.
Right.
Woo.
Okay, sound good? Okay. I think you gotta get
Thank you
inside.
guys.
You want us to shuffle because we do our lap too.
Don't worry, I'm not giving you a rap here, Roger.
I won't do it like that. Don't do that.
All right. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. Fighting for our water, we shall not be moved. Fighting for our water, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. Fighting for our water, we shall not be moved. Fighting for our water, we shall not be moved, just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. Okay, let's go to the war room.
All right.
Who's got the water?
Some of us will stand over there and get somebody's going to come out.
Yeah.
Here, Dennis.
We're gonna try to move the speakers outside.
Can you put the petitions in the water together so we can get in a shot?
That was a smile. Your spot is in the middle.
We'll just sign hi, everybody.
Size up.
Get anybody. Get anybody. Is Bob back there or Biff or Jeff or anybody? I had been in we brought them Valentine's last year, and the press guy held the Valentine's up. He probably doesn't share.
Did you help design this?
I did this part, but she did the sides. And then we have
Across the state has joined us here
I think we met.
and clean water is important.
We're hoping to cut an album. If we get the gang, we would nail it. Aren't you in charge? No.
You guys on the side, come on in. Anybody who feels comfortable coming on in? Come on guys, we need to center out, please.
Could we get a few volunteers up here to help hold one of the banners?
Yeah, it's on.
Is it loud enough?
And maybe you guys might want to move into the center. But you won't be in like the photos and stuff. We want to make sure that we get y'all in. And some of the folks on this side, could we get maybe 4 of you to go over to the other side so we can balance out the image? Everybody that's holding a deny the 401 sign on this side, Keith, can you take anybody with a water droplet on that side and go to the other side? Just move to the other side. Awesome. How's that, guys?
Can you tell me what democracy looks like? This is what democracy looks like. Tell me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Water is life. 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 Water is life.
So thank you all for dealing with the confusion of the day. We clearly are amazing at being able to shift in emergency and stick together and keep it positive. So thank you so much. We're gonna begin with music from the Seneca Nation, and then we will hear from landowners and from other voices in the movement, and we'll begin. We're going to ask our friend Leah to come down and join us and explain to us what's happening with her land. Leah? Here I am. Yay.
This is our water from our sole source aquifer. And as I mentioned before, my name is Leah. I am a landowner on the Cattaraugus Creek where it crosses. They can't cross too low. They can't cross underneath it. They're going to have to trench through it because it's a little emotional for me because it is a beautiful prime gravel till, and that's why we're all farmers. So they are really going to mess up our creek and our Cattaraugus Creek sole source basin. So you can drink this. This is our well water. This is what we drink. So until that goes through, you can still drink our no NAPL, deny DEC 401, Water and Air Quality Certificate, Cattaraugus Creek Basin sole source aquifer water. A couple things I just wanted to, I'm not going to quote our landowners directly. I'm going to tell a couple of stories. Okay, I started with our story. Our family were trout fishermen, and they came out to camp in the 1890s along the Cattaraugus Creek in Hosmer. And then they, at that time they had tents. They were coming out from Buffalo. It was a train ride, just Buffalo down, 6 brothers and their father. And then they built cabins down there. And then they bought the 188 acres that makes up our farm. And we have been farming since the 40s. The neighbor right next to me is a farmer. Neighbor on the other side is a farmer. The gentleman, these are all people that are not signing the easements, and they have many different stories, but one of the stories is that this pipeline is going to run for 68 miles along the the electric lines, the power lines, the AC power lines. That is very detrimental to cattle. When you have AC power lines, you've got a conductive pipeline, and then you have metal stanchions in your dairy barns, then cattle start to not eat. They do what's called the stray voltage dance because everything gives them a shock, and then they start to not drink, and then they lay down and they don't get up. So it can be fatal. So my dairy farmer neighbor is Russ. That's what he's facing. Then you go up and you have Jim. Jim had bought his land 20 years ago, and his wife Gail, and they were planting trees on it. He had hoped to retire there. He's built a small cabin, but he wanted to build a retirement home. And they came to him and said, well, I'm sorry, you can't build anymore. Our eminent domain is going to go right through your building site, and we're going to have to cut down those trees that Gail has been planting for 20 years. Gail is okay, but she had a stress heart attack right after that when she heard that, and Jim has told them not to come back to his land, and he is also not signing. Then we have Joe Schuckler down in Cuba, and Joe has planted almost 8,000 trees. He's a master forester. He's down on Dodge Creek, which goes into Oil Creek, which goes into the Allegheny, which he reminds me flows to the Missouri and then the Mississippi. It's all one river. What I'd like to do is just what I think is most reprehensible about National Fuel and taking eminent domain is that they've been dismissing us as activists and environmentalists, and they are trying to convince everybody that our cause is just sort of airy-fairy, as they say. We think this is an incomplete representation of who we are out here in Western New York as we fight the eminent domain Napple pipeline that will claim our farms, fields, streams, and wetlands. But even worse, what we think National Fuel is doing by misrepresenting those of us farmers and landowners fighting the pipeline, they're pitting us against the labor unions. We are not against the labor unions. Our farms are our work. We want the labor unions to have work too. We want them to have a job too. We just don't want them to have this job. So we are asking people to please, we are not against the labor unions. We're all working. We're farmers and we work for a living. What I'd like to read to you right now is just a piece that I wrote that describes who we are. Sorry. We've been called activists, environmentalists, rabble-rousers, troublemakers, and this one made us chuckle, liberal ninnies. We're against the Northern Access Pipeline, but if you have a moment to listen, we'd like to tell you who we really are. We're farmers. We're like you. We work for a living. We see our friends in church on Sunday, and we're back out in our barns that evening milking cows, tending to cattle, or ordering seed for spring. We have poultry farms. We have maple operations and maple barns. We raise horses. We care for the land and farms handed down to us by our fathers, grandfathers, and great-grandfathers before them. We are dependable neighbors with know-how, and we are loyal friends lending a helping hand in our communities. We are not against progress, and we are not naive. We know that many regions depend on frack gas for heating now, but we in the rural areas are moving ahead, and we're exploring wind, solar, and geothermal power for our farms. We realize that fossil fuels are going the way of the dinosaur, and we need renewable sources of energy to pass on our farms to the next generations. We who have lived here, some since the 1800s, and many since far before them, are wondering what system is used when it comes to deciding who gets to keep their land, care for it, and work it, and who gets to condemn it, take it, and tear it up. Somehow on this scale, to those of us out here in rural New York, it seems more weight is given to a private fuel company threatening to confiscate our farmland under eminent domain that is given to those who have lived, worked, farmed, and enjoyed these Western New York fields, woods, and streams for generations. We ask our Western New York neighbors to consider the deal National Fuel is offering us in the name of the Northern Access Pipeline. In the South Towns and the Southern Tiers are offering us $3,000 to $35,000 one-time payments to condemn and take our land for Northern Access Pipeline right-of-way. This offer may seem like a deal to you, but not to us. We could make more money off this land, but it is more special than even that. Not only could we farm it, we could rent the land to other farmers for income to pay our property taxes and maintenance costs. We could build cabins to rent to sportsmen who flock to our area on the Cattaraugus Creek, Ishua Creek, and the Allegheny in the spring and the fall. We could finance family college tuitions by harvesting our hardwood forests. We could build our retirement homes on the land or homes for our kids so they could live close by. The Northern Access Pipeline eminent domain will take these options away. So we asked National Fuel to explain the upside of this deal they're offering us, which will take our land for the Northern Access Pipeline. We're willing to listen. As we see it, National Fuel's proposed Northern Access Pipeline is a transmission line. It's bringing frack gas from Pennsylvania to Canada for foreign export. It's not a distribution line. The NAPL will offer no distribution of gas to our farms, homes, businesses, and communities. There are distribution lines already in place doing just that. And adding insult to injury, the in-place distribution lines bypass many of our homes, and many of us are on propane. Yet the in-place National Fuel distribution lines are leaking, many over 40 years old, and we've lived with the smell of leaking gas for years in some areas. We're farmers, and we ask only what is fair. And in our opinion, National Fuel, this isn't fair. Thank you.
Hey, Cuomo, lend a hand. Get this pipeline out of our land. Hey, Cuomo, lend a hand. Get this pipeline out of our land. Hey, Cuomo, lend a hand. Get this pipeline out of our land.
Hey, Cuomo, lend a hand. Get this pipeline off our land. Hey, Cuomo, lend a hand. Get this pipeline off our land. Hey, Cuomo, lend a hand.
There's another landowner that was speaking. I know, there was somebody else from another landowner was speaking.
Is there another landowner?
No. Okay, terrific. Okay, so Alex? Yeah. Great. I would like to welcome Alex Latordo from the Clean Air Council, who's been an amazing activist in this fight, and he's going to tell it like it is.
So, my name's Alex Latordo. I'm from Northeast Pennsylvania. I've been a shale field organizer for a long time. I've worked with organizations including Energy Justice Network and Clean Air Council, and we've been opposing in the last 10 years in Pennsylvania. There's been 10,000 wells drilled. We just got past 10,000 Marcellus shale wells. Most of those used fracking. Some are unfracked yet. And the reason that there's a holdup, there's been a slowdown in Pennsylvania in the last 3 or 4 years, where 10,000 workers in the industry and tangent industries have been laid off because there's not enough pipelines to send the gas for the companies out to New York and New Jersey and Delaware and Maryland and Ohio. And this year, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, decided on 5 dockets that build pipelines outside to places outside of Pennsylvania, the Northern Access being one that we're here for today. In my home county, the Orion pipeline is an extension of the Tennessee pipeline, which goes to New Jersey and New York City. The Rover pipeline leaves western Pennsylvania, goes to Michigan through Ohio and West Virginia. And the Algonquin's on, that's another one that FERC is responsible for. And I just want to say from Pennsylvania, we've been an extraction state for many generations. And it's the same story over and over again. In the early 1800s, timber barons that were liquidating our forests and cutting down all the trees, cut down up to 98% of Pennsylvania state forests, where we had old growth wood, and sold it downriver. Our coal industry came in after the War of 1812 because it was more patriotic to use American energy. Where do we hear this, right? We had the anthracite coal region in your Scranton and Wilkes-Barre. 30,000 miners died in mining accidents, pulling coal out of the ground to send to places like Albany and New York City and Philadelphia. And we made a lot of sacrifices in generations past. And now the gas industry is here after we've lost our steel and manufacturing industries to free trade agreements in Pennsylvania and the western New York area. We're a forgotten corner of our state, and western New York has been a forgotten corner of New York State. And I think that Governor Cuomo needs to not just listen to his downstate politicians, but the western New York, if he wants to be have a political future, just like Northeast Pennsylvania are the kingmakers of the next governors and presidents and things like that. So you really need to listen to people who came here today from 5 hours, right? 5 hours away from western New York and from all over the state. I think that's the most important thing we need to tell him, is that his political future and his reputation depends on decisions like this pipeline with Northern Access, Algonquin, the CPV power plant that's in Orange County. I passed it on my way in today. I think that his decisions on those projects will make a difference in whether or not he gets applause when he decides to do other things with his political career. So I can't make a lot of statements on politics, but I think Governor Cuomo got the message today, and that he will do the right thing and deny the water and air permits for Northern Access.
Thanks, Alex. How's everybody feeling? You're doing amazing. Are you guys feeling okay? It's cold. We can all squish in a little bit, keep each other warm. We're going to hear now from Maria Maybe, who is also a local landowner who has a few things to say. Hey, Maria. You guys are doing awesome.
I introduced myself earlier. My name's Maria Maybe. Why do I gotta turn around? Oh, hi. I don't talk to you guys. I don't talk to that.
And the world needs to hear you.
Okay.
For the world. And the governor.
The universe hears me every morning when I wake up and I say my prayers, and I'm thankful for the waters every morning. It's because I say my prayers in the shower every day. So that's the most important thing to me. That camera's not so much. Again, my name is Maria Maybe, and I am Haudenosaunee. I am a member of the Seneca Nation. I do not speak for my nation. I just speak for another person that lives along the Cattaraugus. And as a Seneca woman, I've always been taught that women are the keepers of the waters, that it's our job to protect the waters. So since I learned that, I've been doing this kind of thing with you guys a lot. And we struggle. We struggle because it's the same whatever that you guys are going through, the same issue we've gone through for centuries. You know, that it doesn't matter what we think or what we feel, or it doesn't matter that we're even willing to compromise on some levels. The government just does what it wants to do. And this time it's based on money. And I met a young woman, and I can't remember her name, and she works out of Buffalo, but the organization follows the money. So if anybody can remember who she is, I met her at one of these DAPL things. I'd like to get to know her again, because I want to know how the money's tied back to the people in this building, because that's what it comes down to, is the money, follow the money. And that's always the story. It's history. It's our history. We've seen it, we felt it, we've lived it. You could go back to the Clinton-Sullivan campaigns when our territories were burned out and our homes were burned out and our people were either died from it or we were pushed out of the area, and we ended up along the Fort Niagara area, and then we ended up in Buffalo Creek, and then we settled along the Buffalo Creek area, and again, follow the money. We were forced out of there for industry. Now you see all those grain mills, you see all the waterways. they, they didn't like the waterways until they needed them. It's a common story. What happened today? That we get up to the door and we're separated, and we're not allowed in. And I think my friend June's son, the same thing. So New York does not celebrate diversity. So if you're not an industrialist, like Leah's not an industrialist because she's a farmer. If you're not an industrialist, you don't, your voice doesn't matter. They didn't want to hear what we had to say in there. They didn't even want us in there. And it's a sad story, but it's true. And we got lessons to learn. We're told to let our skins be 7 layers deep, so that normally, when I first started doing this stuff, if somebody locked me out of the door, I'd have just left. I'd have been gone by now. But I know that what we're doing here matters, and it's not about me. It's about those 7 generations. It's about those waters. I love that creek. My family has a marina at the mouth of the creek, and ever since I can remember, I've been there. It doesn't matter what we're doing, whether we're fishing, whether we're swimming, whether we're out on the boats, whether canoeing, kayaking, or just sitting there watching the birds come in. I've been watching them come in for a couple weeks now. It's a major migratory path, and I don't want to see any more stuff. We live, like I said before, there's the West Valley is upstream. Follow the money again. New York State thought they'd make a lot of money out of processing uranium out of spent fuel rods. Follow the money. The tannery, they use the creek as their toilet. I remember going through there, and you couldn't even row your boat through there. It was that thick and sludgy that we had to get out and pull our raft through. Because of all the muck from hides and the processing they did. I'm a little angry, but I'm glad you guys are doing what you're doing. And one of the things we want to do is we want to warm you up. And we did this at the White House, and it felt really good. We did a round dance in front of the White House. So we want to do a round dance in front of the Capitol. Are you guys ready over there? Yeah. Okay, so we don't need this for that. We're just going to dance. Yeah. Thank you. Come on, Ed. All right. Woo! So get ready. We're going in a big old circle. We're going to go around this little thing. Robin likes it. Go that way. Right? Which way we go?
I put the microphone in a pocket so it's secure. It's off. Whatever you want. You want me to round them up in 2 lines? Yeah. Just you lead. Yeah. Follow us. Follow us.
Facing out. I think that's what you want. You want it in or out?
You're not going to move? Okay.
Turn it on.
Really loud.
Turn it on.
Follow me. Follow me. You gotta follow me. Get behind me over that way.
Stand on my left.
I'm in the lead. I get to lead this one. Ah. You start out with a beat.
Yakio, hey, hey, Yakio, Yakio, hey, Yakio, hey, 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 Yakio, Yakio, hey, hey. If you know it, sing with us. Hey, 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 Yakio, Yakio, hey, hey, Yakio, Yakio, hey, hey, Yakio. Hey, 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 Yakio, Yakio, hey, hey, Yakio, Yakio, hey, hey, Yakio. Stop, put your arms up. Hey, 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 Yakio, Yakio, hey, hey, Yakio, Yakio, hey, hey, Yakio. Mini Wachoni! Mini Wachoni! Water is life! 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 Okay. Good? Yeah, is everybody going to warm now? So, thanks for having us. And, yeah. Yeah. And then, I know Roger's got to go yet, so here.
We have a special guest who would like to say something here. If you guys want to filter it back to where your signs were, would you like to say something? Okay, she's a little shy. That's okay. Thank you. We're going to have two more dynamic speakers joining us. If you guys want to help give them a beautiful background with water as life signs. And Let's get the banners up in here. Yeah, let's bring all of our signs back. And someone help Joan with the blue banner. We'll need about 4 people. Thanks, y'all. And thank you, everybody, for being so resilient today and dealing with different schedules and different things that came up. You all handled it very beautifully. Thank you for staying positive and making this happen. If y'all folks can sort of squish in, maybe up and behind. The Water is Life Buffalo. Maybe we can come up here. And our next speaker is Roger Downs from the Sierra Club, Atlantic Chapter, or Sierra Club Total, right? All over New York. Roger's everywhere. Thank you so much, Roger.
Well, thank you. I work here in Albany with the legislature, so I want to welcome you all here, and I want you all to know that today is one of the busiest days for legislators. They're negotiating in the final 36 to 48 hours the budget, and the press is hanging out of offices. They're not here because they're chiefly involved in trying to figure out what the budget is going to look like. But I want to say that I've seen looking out of office as very important people that are making the decision on this 401. Some of them wouldn't come and receive the water or receive the letter for fear that they might be photographed, but they wanted you to know that they were impressed, and I think that your presence here today is incredibly important. I also saw the lobbyists for National Fuel here who looked very ashen-faced and did not anticipate you being here. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the context in which this decision is being made. Last year on Earth Day, April 22nd, Governor Cuomo made the historic decision to deny the 401 water quality certificate for Constitution Pipeline. And he made that decision because he knew that you couldn't trench, and DEC made this decision because he knew you couldn't trench through 277 trout streams and stream crossings, clear cut more than 700,000 trees on 1,800 acres of forested land on steep slopes and unstable soils. You can't do any of that without violating the Clean Water Act. How did he know this? How did the DEC know this? Because in 1996, they granted a 401 water quality certificate for the Iroquois pipeline. And what happened? There were hundreds of criminal violations of the Clean Water Act. They sent 4 executives of that pipeline company to jail on felony counts, and there were millions of dollars in fines because of egregious violations to the streams that they were crossing. A decade later, for Millennium Pipeline, again, they issued a 401 water quality certificate, and again, hundreds of violations of wetlands and stream crossings, and the wanton destruction of New York's water resources. And so when this comes up, 10 years later, Constitution Pipeline, there's enough institutional knowledge in DEC and enough awareness and enough of us to say no more. And they made this decision based on the fact that they did not want to violate the Clean Water Act again, and it was a wonderful decision. But I will say that if the Constitution Pipeline was bad for New York's water quality, the Northern Access Pipeline will be much worse, and they've got to be looking at this. 96 miles of pipeline. How many in New York? 74, right? Through New York, trenching through more than 200 streams, 7 ponds, 280 wetlands, and almost 2,000 acres of surface destruction as well. And we also know that this company, just about 6 weeks ago, petitioned the FERC, saying that they didn't think that DEC has the jurisdiction under the National Gas Act to do any of this, that they wanted to go forward and construct right away. I mean, this should piss off Cuomo, this should piss off the DEC, but it illustrates that they are really bad actors. And so I just want to say that you know, Why would they challenge New York's authority? Why is National Fuel so nervous? Because I think that they know themselves they cannot construct this pipeline without violating the Clean Water Act. This is precisely why the governor should deny the 401. If he wants to continue to protect us from bad actors like National Fuel, he should deny the 401. If he wants to protect our water, he should deny the 401. If he wants to protect our climate from methane, he should deny the 401. If he wants to protect our economy, he should deny the 401. And if he wants to protect the health and safety of all New Yorkers, what should he do?
Deny the 401!
What should he do?
Deny the 401!
What should New York State do?
Deny the 401!
What will we do by April 7th?
Deny the 401!
All right.
Thanks, Roger. Before we have our last speaker, we're going to ask Holly from Pendleton to come up and say a few words. Please welcome Holly.
Okay, it's not fair to have to follow him. It's like, that was too good. So as she said, my name is Holly Dawson. I am from Pendleton. I've lived there for about 22 years, and I want to thank everybody for coming today. I've been fighting this for 2 years. It's very tiring. It's taken a lot of time away from my family and other activities, so I really appreciate everyone coming here and doing this. Obviously, we're concerned about the water and our air in Pendleton because we're going to have the compressor if it goes through. And the compressor will be the largest one in New York State, 22,000 horsepower, and it would be 1 mile behind my house. And I have 2 teenage boys, and obviously I hope to retire there, and if it goes through, we don't know if we will stay there, obviously because of the risk to our health. Anyone who's studied the compressors know they put out carcinogens, cancer-causing emissions, and some of them being, as Diane had said on the bus, benzene and formaldehyde, but there's a whole bunch of other ones. And they cause things from asthma to infertility to obviously cancer and many other health concerns. And so many of us live within a very close distance. There's over 200 households that live within 1 mile to 1.5 miles of this compressor. And as far as the pipeline connection, that would be 5 houses from me as well. So not only would I have the compressor 1 mile behind me, I'd have the pipeline that connects it to the other pipeline 5 houses away, nicely in the blast radius if it goes up. But we are obviously concerned about all of the water, our wetlands that it's going to go through, and the destruction of our community. The compressor is going to be within 3 miles of the only school that we have in Pendleton, which has 3,000 students in it, and serves 5 different communities. So we are obviously concerned about the kids' health. There's multiple daycares that are close to the compressor as well. So, it is certainly a concern for all of us, and especially our children and these future citizens of the state and of our country. And, personally, Cuomo has said that he wants greener energy. He says he doesn't want frack gas. And I can't see any reason then why he should allow for this to go through. So thank you all very much.
Thank you so much, Holly. We'll keep fighting for you. Our last speaker is our friend Maya Van Rossum from Delaware Riverkeeper Network, and I promise you, if you are freezing right now, she will set you on fire. Please welcome Maya.
Good afternoon. Welcome, everyone. Why are we here? To say no to the Northern Access Pipeline Project. We are here because there is one agency and one elected official that has both the legal authority and the interest to protect our waters, to protect our air, to protect our New York communities from the Northern Access Pipeline Project. No, the agency is not the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission. No, the elected official is not Donald Trump. We are talking about New York D.C. and Governor Cuomo. They have the legal right to say no. And it is imperative that they use their authority to protect our environment, to protect our communities from this fracked gas pipeline, because in this battle with the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, we are at an incredible disadvantage. The law is against us. FERC is against us. As the Delaware Riverkeeper Network's research proved, and the world now knows, that when a fracked gas pipeline project goes before the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, their approval is a foregone conclusion. FERC has said no to only one fracked gas pipeline project in 30 years. Only one. Other than that, they've approved them all. And that one project they denied, that's right back up in FERC, right back in front of FERC right now, being reconsidered. Not only does FERC approve every single pipeline project brought before its commissioners, except that one, but from start to finish, FERC does everything it possibly can to make it as quick and easy as possible for these fracked gas pipeline projects to cut through our environments, to cut through our communities, even to the point that when there are violations of environmental protection laws during pipeline construction, operation, and maintenance activities, what does FERC do? Pretty much nothing. They have never issued a penalty for violation of our environmental protection laws during construction, operation, and maintenance of one of these pipeline projects. They don't even issue stop work orders to force the companies to come into compliance with the law, to clean up the environmental devastation they have done before they're allowed to continue business as usual. Clearly, FERC doesn't care. They don't care about you, they don't care about me, they don't care about future generations, and they certainly don't care about our environment. FERC does not care about the devastation to forests and wetlands that their fracked gas pipelines inflict. They don't care about the irreversible damage to our streams. They don't care about the air pollution and the harms to the health of the communities that these pipelines cut through, that they have to suffer. FERC does not care that the fracked gas pipelines that they are approving are helping to push us over a climate-changing cliff. They don't care about people's environmental rights. They don't care about people's property rights. They don't care that every time they approve another fracked gas pipeline project, that the companies are using the power of eminent domain to take our front yards, our backyards, and our special places. They don't care that these fracked gas pipelines are devastating our natural lands, our public parks, natural lands that we as communities have fought hard to preserve and protect with our dollars, with our time, with our energy, with our passion, that we fought to preserve and protect for our benefit, but also for the benefit of the generations yet to come. FERC does not care. But Governor Cuomo and New York DEC do. At least we hope they do. We hope that they have not been browbeaten by FERC and the pipeline companies to the point that they are willing to sell us out and let the Northern Access Pipeline Project get its 401 certification and other approvals from the state. We hope that New York DEC and Governor Cuomo are going to show us that they care. And in this moment, caring mandates that they say no to the Northern Access Pipeline Project. We are here to demand, to urge, to implore Governor Cuomo and New York DEC to say no to the Northern Access Pipeline, to show us that they care about all of us, about our environment, and about future generations. Why are we here? To say no to the Northern Access Pipeline Project. Why are we here? Say no to the Northern Access Pipeline Project. Why are we here? Say no to the Northern Access Pipeline Project. What do we want Governor Cuomo to say? No to the Northern Access Pipeline project. Woo!
Thank you, Maya. So we'll just end with a song. Does everybody know the song When the Saints Go Marching In? Yes? So when they shut that pipeline down, oh, when they shut that pipeline down, oh, how I want to be in that number. When they shut that pipeline down, oh, when they shut that pipeline down, oh, when they shut that pipeline down, oh, how I want to be in that number. When they shut that pipeline down. Awesome. That pipeline down. That pipeline down. Oh, how I want to be in that number. When they shut that pipeline down. Woo! Thank you all so much for hanging out with the weather and hanging out with the change schedules. You are all resilient and you are all amazing. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you guys soon. We're planning a big walk to Albany with all the pipeline fighters across New York State this summer. So if you're interested, please contact me. My name is Kim and I'm from Sane Energy Project. So please come and find me and I would love to loop you in.